Well, a bit of an odd way to end the week. We knew there was a chance of rain when we come over here to drone today, but of course you hope it's not going to rain, right? Every time I look at the forecast when I'm going to race and I see raindrops, I'm like, you can always hope. Doesn't always end up that way. In fact, we should pick up our coat. King Cleaner's been calling us for 2 months. It's right there. So we are back in Ontario right now. And although we didn't get to drone, I did give you guys a couple of videos, just short videos, showing you how the horses looked. I was really, really impressed with how the trotters looked. I hadn't had a chance to see Trevino on green since they took that OCD out. I haven't had a chance to see Century Legion at all, so he was as new to me as he was to you. I saw him very briefly when I was here last time. He looks very... What's that? That was him there?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, good for him. But it was so weird. I'm watching him come towards me. I'm like, that's Carter Michael Dio. And he's getting closer, and I'm like, it's not Carter Michael Dio. Carter's bigger than that. That's what he looks like. He looks exactly like Carter Michael Dio. You'll hear me say it on the video. It's right here. You'll hear me say it on the video. And really happy with how everybody looked. I know Danny was a little concerned because Cleveland Masha had not hit the pace yet. But as I said to him, Pelican Al and Captain Incredible are barely pacing just now. So relax. There's lots of time between now. Sure, you want them to go out in the track like Woodmere Betcha. Woodmere Betcha is doing nothing but pacing. Can you get out there? Probably not, eh?
Yeah, I can. But I don't... Are these paid for? Or?
Yeah, they were paid for a long time ago. Just tell them that in my name, our address, your phone number. So I told him just to relax. It's not the end of the world. The horses will pace, and I was happy that Woodmere Betcha pace. It's all she does is pace on the track. My Wicked Heart's on her way over here this afternoon, and they put the hobbles on her, but she was pacing free-legged also. So there's no concern with any of those horses in regards to pacing. All looks well in Ontario, but I still wish I had been able to drone today for you guys. So I truly apologize, but I cannot control the weather. Now, we've had another good week in Ontario. We did have a good week in Ontario. We had a good week across the board. Monday night was pretty good for us in Ontario. We had all gas, no brakes. Second, raced really, really well. White Tiger was fourth. Now he finally drops down. James is driving him. He's got the rail. Poor Locatelli. I watched him train today. He looks awesome on the track. And I know a lot of people are saying, he's a little flat. They're going to get that way. Whether it was Patrick de Piranha's a little flat right now, or Locatelli, or Resolute Bay was a little flat. You're going to see them. It's going to take them some time to shake that ring rust off and get back in the swing of things. Good horses are good horses. There is no reason on planet Earth that Locatelli will not get back to the same horse, or even better, hopefully, than he was last year. There's nothing stopping him. We didn't turn him out because he was sore. He didn't get injured. The horse went out because he was a little flat and it was in the middle of the summer. We wanted to focus on racing him in the fall and winter and the spring leading up to the summer of 2025. And that's exactly why we turned him out. So there's no reason that Locatelli won't come back to life. It's just getting him there. It takes a little time sometimes. So White Tiger was fourth, but again, he's dropped back down where he should do some damage this week. Carter Michael Dio looked incredible. It was so exhilarating to watch this horse come back from injury. And win his first start back. Dominic has done a tremendous job with him. I saw a number of the horses on the track today that I was really, really impressed with. Ready for landing. Looked great. He didn't train today. He looked great on the track. Dominic said he's been in 215. He'd like to bring him to the track next week. I am very, very excited about everything I see and hear going on in Ontario. And this is important, right? This was hard for me to focus on Ohio and step away a little bit from Ontario, knowing that we had the infrastructure, we had the top-notch people in place, both on the training and driving side, to do us some good. Why is she going in this door? Oh, that'll still fit her.
I don't know. I think...
Yeah. It'll fit you if it doesn't.
I didn't realize it was that big.
So just Carter Michael Dio and everybody in the Ontario, everybody's done such a great job, and it's been really uplifting to know that that concerning portion of the stable is being well managed. So great job by Dominic, Harry, Mario, everybody here, James obviously, and Chris Christoforou when he picks up the slack. Great job by him too. So Locatelli, in reference to him, he was a little flat the other night, finished third, but he seems to be coming back around because he looked great. Too bad he drew the 10 hole. But that is racing. We'll see how that plays out this week. On Wednesday over there, Unbeatable Kemp and Absolute Euphoria were absolutely great. Absolute Euphoria, that was her last start of the season. She's gone out to the field for 4 or 5 weeks now. And Unbeatable Kemp looked incredible. Really hoping to hear back from Tim in a little while that he got in to go. He can win one more time in there. But then I think there has to be a class in the condition races for Unbeatable Kemp. He was bionic the other day. So great job by Tim, great job by Dean and everybody over there. It's been a great week for Tim. We'll talk about that in a second. But man, Absolute Euphoria and Unbeatable Kemp were great. Stay close, so little flat, but 5th in the Open and raced okay. We went over there. Lindy's Landing raced good. Park Slope raced good. Coupe de Ville unfortunately suffered an injury in her race where she was third, beat ahead, and she'll now become a broodmare. Maybe a couple. It only shortened her racing career by 4 weeks, 5 weeks maybe. But you never want to see a horse get hurt. So Coupe de Ville, tough as hell. And I can tell you one thing right now. We've worked out an agreement with Schaefer Farms where he will take Coupe de Ville, buy Coupe de Ville off us, and I can assure you, I think she'll be going to French Wine. A number of our horses are getting looked at to be booked into French Wine in Ohio. Coupe de Ville will likely be one of them for Jacob, Wayne, and his brother, and Pappy. And definitely a foal I'll be watching for. I can guarantee you that. Got a lot of respect for this filly. She has done a tremendous job her entire racing career, and I think she'll be an incredible broodmare. Lindy's Landing continues to race good. 5 Fish Species, a little short, a little sick the other night. Park Slope, 4th, beat ahead. We're going to swap out. Park Slope is going to Dayton, Ohio to race. Walter's Keepsake is coming up with us. We're going to race him somewhere this week in Ohio or Pennsylvania. Thursday, Think of Galaxy's race great. Delicious Stone was a little short, a little flat. I want to see a little bit more from him. We're going to tinker with his shoes this week when we get him back in to go where we're going. Actually, Tim had mentioned that there are some classes in Dayton, Ohio coming up this week. He said, do you want to send Spitfire overseas down to Dayton, where he might end up anyway, just class-wise, because he has 7 wins. So there's not a ton available for him in the Meadows still right now. So I may take him up on that offer, and we may go to Dayton with Delicious Stone. Spitfire overseas. Now, if Spitfire ends up down there, he might just stay with Stacy down there. I don't know yet. Tim gets along really, really well with the horse, so we'll see how that plays out. For right now, I am contemplating. You want to go to Dayton next week? The kids? We could drive down, go to the water park, race those horses.
What day would it be?
It would be Saturday.
Well, we have the open house. It's going to be hard to...
Oh, the open house on Sunday. You're right. Yeah. But we'd finish up at the barn, then go to Dayton. We just have to be back for the next morning. A little bit, yeah. We'll see. Amy, the voice of reason, actually just reminded me that the open house is next Sunday. So Saturday, it does mean that Saturday is off the table because we can get our work done Saturday morning. We can go to Dayton, and we can obviously be back for Saturday evening, later in the evening. It's probably around 2:40, 2:30 from, maybe even closer to 3 hours from Northfield Park to Dayton. We'll see how that plays out for us next weekend, but options on the table. And then Friday, so proud and excited. Steve wants to know if Steve wants to come to lunch too. Just text him right now. Say we are actually just planning lunch if you want to go. Spitfire overseas. Really happy for Tim. 1,000 wins for him. I wanted it to be with us, with Tim's training win, but I also was torn because I wanted to see Forever Boy be that 1,000th win for Tim because that horse has meant so much to his family. So I think truthfully deep down they probably would have wanted Forever Boy to be that 1,000th win, but excited that I could do that for him also. So Spitfire overseas was incredible yesterday.
I'd like to change and stuff, so can we drive and do this?
Yep. As soon as I get done this part. Patrick the Piranha, as I just said, when the horses are maybe not on their best, right, at the moment, their best, and they still go out and finish second in 53 in the mud. That's a pretty good horse. And Patrick DePerona is not razor sharp right now, but they can't be that way. Tim felt bad. He goes, he should be better. They can't be on their toes and 100% ready to rock every week. And the older they get, the less frequent those sharp pockets in the year are. And Patrick DePerona, if this was Patrick DePerona and we had to wait for him to get a little better, I'm completely fine with that. So Patrick DePerona was good also. Walter's Keepsake, a flat race from him last night, but you know what? He'll bounce back. Guarantee you he will. And Walter's Keepsake might just race him at the Meadows or Northfield or something next week. See how he plays out. I like this horse, but he's getting himself out of the race the first eighth of a mile. Like he's second last going into the first turn. Little bumpy coming off the car. We can help him with that. I'll throw a little set of training wheels on him for his next start. If we race him at the Meadows, it'll be with hobbles on. But we'll see how that plays out for Walter's Keepsake in the very near future. And then as it comes to Resolute Bay, ended off our week, so to speak, with a win. Raced great, and as somebody said, it's always great to run down James when he picks off our horses, and it is, but it's just nice to get the win. Our horses continue to race good here. We bought a new horse last week in Tex Song Soprano. Really, really nice horse. I think he's going to do a lot of good for the stable.ca. And where are we going to race him? Scott, I didn't know if Scott wanted everybody to know this, but then he had told me, yeah, feel free to put like the stable and Scott Zeron on the program. Scott Zeron bought a big chunk of Tex Song Soprano. Scotty's a nice guy, but I really didn't know that he would. He's a great guy. He's coming out to do the open house and come out to qualify our horses, and really didn't have to do any of that. And for him to jump in and become an owner of ours is a feather in the cap of the stable, and refreshing to know that there are people out there that know this game inside and out, and that's a feather in our cap for us to go out there and work our butts off and try and become the best stable we can, and then have guys that are on the top shelf of this industry, whether it be drivers or trainers or owners or whoever, and choose to own horses with us. It really is it's a refreshing feeling and a little bit humbling, but and it's just nice to have people that want to be a part of what we're doing and what you have allowed to, and you do allow us to build. So thank you all for allowing us to do that and buy horses like this horse, and obviously thank you for Scotty for wanting to be involved. Now, as it comes to Scotty, he'll be coming in for the open house next week, which is, he told me the other day, he said all the flights were connecting flights. He didn't really like any of them. I think I'm just going to drive down. He's going to drive 6.5 hours to partake in the open house. And my brother Mark, who's driving a little bit more at Yonkers now and trying to get back in the swing of things. I feel bad for Mark. Here's and this will happen and has happened to everybody. My brother Mark is a world-class driver and has been for a very, very long time, and has done things in the race bike and raced in races that I couldn't, and won't be able to do. And both him and James are just, it's one thing, I can win races. You guys know that. I know where the winner's circle are, where they keep it at every racetrack. But to just get to that next level is impressive. And Mark was there long before James, and I got to have a front row seat of watching my younger brother beat the hell out of me every week that we raced. But as you get older, those drives start to dry up, right? Mark's now about to turn 45 because I just turned 47 yesterday. And the kids that are 27 and 30 are the ones that are going to get those drives. It's just a young man's game, right? And that's the same with baseball and hockey and football, and it's not that he's lost his edge, is he can still go out and win a race from anywhere for anyone at any racetrack, but it gets harder to get the business, right? Owners always want to drive the fastest car, right? Want to have Dexter Dunn, Todd McCarthy, Andrew McCarthy drive horses, and it will happen to them too as they get older. And I hope that our game stays around long enough that we see many, many changes of the guard along the way. And even Scott knows, when you slide a little bit and you lose a couple of those big clients, it makes it tough to do business. So Mark is doing what he has to, and good for him, going out and putting his head down and working hard like he always did, and getting drives at Yonkers and trying to get back in the swing of things there and at the Meadowlands. So Mark probably will need to fly out of Northfield to make it back for Yonkers. Either, I hope he's not trying to make Sunday night, but Monday he definitely will need to. And Scotty, he told me he's not driving for the next 3 months. I think he's done this coming, either he was done last week, he might have been done last week, the stakes last week from the Meadowlands. I think he was done then. If it's not, it's this week. He told me he's not driving again until March. February or March, I think he said. So he's going to quit driving and then come and train the horse with us. Now Mark, who can talk every bit as much as I can, by the way, is going to do the commentary, and he wanted to, which is great because Jason McGinnis had bought his girlfriend tickets to the Bengals game. She's a Bengals fan. I doubt she watches it.
Make sure she does.
Well, she's going to the Bengals game next Sunday. I'm sure she already knows. But thank you for their... That's Amy. Amy is worried about somebody finding out about a Christmas present.
A Christmas present.
I think she already knows.
To tell everyone everything.
I think she knows.
No, she doesn't.
Yes, she does.
No, she does now.
Well, she does now. Anyway, Merry Christmas. So, Jason's taking his girlfriend to the Bengals game, and it should be, yeah, you check with Jason. She already knows. I guarantee you she does. So, she's going to the Bengals game, and it should be a lot of fun for them. But he had booked it. Obviously, the Bengals aren't going to change their date for the stable open house. So, Jason's like, well, I got these tickets. I said, Jason, it's not a big deal. Relax. So, Michael Carter, many of you might know Michael. You definitely know his voice. He has announced races everywhere and has been involved with racing in almost every form. He used to have a cool... When we started the stable, Mike Bosich and him had Mike and Mike online, and they're very knowledgeable guys and understand the game inside and out. So Michael Carter is going to do the commentary with my brother Mark, which should be awesome. Maybe one of the freshest looks we've had, because we always had the insight from my father, who's like 1,000,000 years old, and talking about horses and horsemen you've never heard of. And you had Billy O'Donnell and Ben Wallace. Come on. Who else do we have? Billy and Ben for sure. Yeah. Anyway, great insight and great guys, and really, the insight is there that you wouldn't get anywhere else. But it'll be a little bit different, but very similar, a little fresher look, as Michael Carter's a little bit younger than me, quite a bit younger than me, I believe, and Mark, just 2 years younger than me, in another couple of weeks. So they're going to do the commentary. Myself, Aaron Merriman is going to come out. He's going to come out. Chris Lems is going to come out. Hunter Myers is going to come out. Scotty is coming out. And Jason Merriman, he's got that brand new shiny training suit. And Amy is going to be there also. You what? You what? You're going to be going with horses? So Amy is going to pick her horses also that she wants to go with. Who's your favorite one to go with right now?
Oh, hell no.
Everybody wants to know that, actually.
Oh, hell no.
Oh, hell no. She's pretty, eh? I love Oh, hell no. All right, who's your top 5 or 6 horses that you'd like to go with?
It's not fair. I've only gone with
You've seen lots of them. You've seen lots of them. Well, Oh Hell No, I like that. You guys should pay attention. Oh Hell No, we got at the scratch and dent sale at the start. Yeah, and this is we had a little inside information, right? We had No Chance in Hill, who got injured, back training now, will be ready actually in a little while to race. This is his sister, and she trots perfectly. I told you, one of our clients messaged me and said, Anthony, did you wear your coat inside out the other day, or is it reversible? It's reversible. I think I'm going to walk around with my clothes on inside out. I actually like it this way. I like it both ways, but I like this coat a lot. Where did I get it again? When we went shopping. Remember? Amy hates that. I'm one of those people.
Just so you know, you were talking about something, then you switched, and you wanted me
I'm
to
giving
go.
you time to pick your 5 or 6.
Now you're talking about your coat.
I'm giving you time to pick your 5 or 6 favorite horses. So
they're not my favorites. I haven't.
That you want to go with them, but you've seen every horse go.
No, I haven't.
Yes,
actually.
you have. That's a lie.
No, I haven't.
Fib. You ran 2 drones already with us in every set, so you've seen every horse. We'll get to her in a second. I'm one of those people that like to go Christmas shopping, but will end up with things for myself. You know, you guys got to be out there also. I saw this coat, and I'm like, this really nice coat.
It helps me. I don't have to buy you anything for your birthday or Christmas because you do it all for yourself.
Yeah, where is my birthday present, by the way?
I don't know. It's here somewhere. Actually,
It's here somewhere. My birthday was yesterday.
I think Buck picked it up off the front door and he's hoarding it.
Buck has stolen my Christmas present.
It's in a bag.
My birthday present.
At the moment, yes.
So you don't know where my birthday present is, and my birthday was yesterday.
I believe it's
Shame on you.
the
Shame.
It's at the
Shame.
neighbors.
So I took the kids shopping. We all got a little something for our troubles. Really, if we're going to go Christmas shopping, we put in the time. We all got a little something for our troubles. Ava got some pants. What did Addie get?
Stuff she didn't need.
Oh, she did need it. She got a pair of shoes. Oh, she got those nice Hey Dude shoes. She got shoes, and I got this coat. So no, it's reversible. Little plaid, little black. It's nice. Anyway, 5 or 6 horses you like to go with, honey? Oh hell no, I like that you like her, so you can go with her for sure. She's got a beautiful gait too. You guys maybe haven't paid attention to her because there's so many horses going. You'll pay attention to her this week, I can guarantee you that. Amy though, she's always worried that we're going to go too fast. We're going to somehow hurt the horses. I told them the horses are full of energy and want to play right now. The ones that are gated like her can trot right along. We'll have that open trot type thing. We won't have an open pace because the paces are barely gated.
There's 2 of them, there's only 2 that can go in the open pace.
Well, no, there's 2. Well, the captain paced the entire time the other day, but he can't go fast, and neither can Pelican Al. But the filly... Foxy's beautiful.
And
she can go. Alexandra.
Oh, and Fire and Shine.
Fire and Shine. Those 3 pace. You can train them a mile in 3 minutes if you had to, but the other ones are not there, not even close to there yet, but there's tons of time. So, 5 or 6 horses. Oh, he'll know. Who else do you like?
I like the Foxy horse.
Really? Because you didn't like her the first day?
No, I did not like Alexandra.
No, you told me you didn't want to go with Foxy.
Oh, because I heard that she was
kicking.
A little kicky.
Yeah, she's not kicking. She's just playing. So Foxy you like. What about Melisandre?
Yep.
Melly. Who else? That's
the
3.
Westland
Warrior.
Yeah.
There you go. There's 4.
I went with Troubadour.
I'm going to tell you who you went with Troubadour?
I did not just jog them.
Oh, you didn't go with them in the sets? Because I was wondering who went with them in the sets that day. Scott did, yeah. I like LT Troubadour. I love this horse. I still don't understand how it... Yes, I did. I looked at it closer. This is a typical stable horse for those of you out there. So what we'll look for, and I love the backstories in some of these horses. This is important. Just wait. So when it comes to a horse like LT Troubadour, I couldn't understand how we ended up buying this horse because he was so well bred. But when you go to the sales, for those of you that are horsemen out there, when you go to the sales and you'll see the first dam didn't show a lot, and they show 2 or 3 foals that really didn't do a whole lot. Then the second dam is loaded. The third dam is loaded. You need to look closer at the first dam, though. What they'll do sometimes is they won't show you everybody in the family, right? You have to go on like Track It and look the horses up. And what had happened with this particular line was there was like 6 foals in the dam, and none of them were any good. So LT Troubadour was on his own. And what happens is when you look close, because this is important, I like this part. LT, how do you spell Troubadour?
T-R-O-U.
I think I got it. LT Troubadour. I think I got it. So what happens is I'll look for horses like that, and I want to know the backstory. So when I look at LT Troubadour, there has been 6 foals. So this is the 7th foal. None of the front 6 seemingly did a whole lot. Peter's Queen, trotted in 56, made 20,000. Sounds like a condition claimer. Here's where it gets cool. The next 3 were Dewey, Cheatham, and Howes, who are really tough to begin with. Hurricane Brutus, Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe. Aphrodite Hall. I know this horse, Aphrodite Hall. I think Steve might have had Aphrodite Hall. Look that filly up. Aphrodite Hall. I think he did. A Fair Hall. Then, but here's the cool part. The 3rd Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe filly didn't race, right? A Fair Hall. A Fair Hall is the mother of Twin B Archie. Right there, look. Mm-hmm. So Twin B Archie, Hot Wheels, both of them, between those 2 horses, there's $1.8 million made. One had trotted in 52 and 2, the other one 52 flat. So those were both very, very good horses. Then you have a DeJarmbro, and you have another Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe. Right there. Who's this thing by? Surviving Star. So you have this weird-looking front dam, and if you look close, you have 4 Dewey, Cheatham, and Howes, one of them has thrown Twinbee Archie. So a strong family. The second dam is the dam of Andover Hall, Angus Hall, Conway Hall, and you can't get much better than that line. So LT Troubadour, not that shocking that he's a really nice horse. He goes nice, doesn't he? Mm-hmm. And he doesn't act up at all. You'd never know he was a stud.
No, that way he's fine, but he's not a fan of tractors.
No, a lot of them are terrified of tractors. I went with one the other day that was...
He's bigger than a tractor.
He's bigger than a tractor. You are correct. Now, is that 6 for you? I think it is. I'm going to tell you...
I like the bar horse, but she's got to... I think
I'll go with she sits in the bar this week. So what happens is, when you start going to babies, they'll put a step in, they'll roll off. They'll put a step in, they'll roll off. They'll put a step in, they'll roll off. You need to help them, and you need to work them in such a manner that they can push through that initial step and get to the next step and the next step and continue to trot on. She sits at the bar, stands off a little bit, and for the people out there, I don't really care about that. With the trotters, it's not really a big deal. She is close to her knees, so put a set of trot boots on her in case she, or knee boots on her in case she is touching one knee. There's no marks on her knees. There's nobody, you can never look down and say, oh, I just saw her hit her knee, but she does trot pretty close to her knees up front. So we'll put a set of knee boots on her, we'll put trotting boots on her behind, and put some weight on her up front, set of toe weights, and let her trot. Push her through. And I guarantee you, a filly like her, come next Saturday when you see her, and next Sunday when you see her, totally different horse. Guarantee you. I've seen a million. She sits at the bars, and this filly will be fine by next Sunday. Manhattan Money, this is the guy that gave me a right hook. He got a bad attitude sometimes, but a nice gait on the track. This guy here I like a lot too. Arrowhead Hanover. Have you seen him?
Yeah.
Can absolutely stone cold fly. So I'm going to tell you a few that I like. Manhattan Money, I may end up going with him. Arrowhead Hanover, I love. But I gotta like Scotty and those guys. I'm going to end up going with the ones that maybe are a little dicey. So I have to know that going in also. So I will likely end up going with potentially Arrowhead Hanover, maybe.
No, he's easy.
He's what?
You gotta give him to someone. He's easy.
Oh well, then maybe I won't go with him. Country Dancing or Captain, one or the other. She's such a nice filly. Oh my God! Did you see her on the track? Oh my God, she looks unbelievably good.
So she can go. In
she's sold out now.
Two fillies.
She had 40 shares the other day, and she's sold out.
She can go with those other two fillies if she's that good.
No, she's not perfectly good yet. She's going to take a little time. So who does Anthony likely get to go with? Gorgeous Package was good the other day too. Grand Slam Dio, I don't care. I'm going with her. She hasn't been out all week. She had 1 week completely off. She was sick, but we gave her the week completely off, and she'll be fine for next Sunday. I wonder, did they jog her today? Do you know?
I think they did yesterday.
Oh, they jogged yesterday. Okay. So I'm going with her. Don't care what anybody thinks. Green Glitter, I possibly may go with her also. I love that filly. I'm just looking at ones that I may have. Manhattan Money, possibly.
Actually, he's good on the track.
He is good on the track. We'll see.
You'll probably have to go with the Stolen Dance Baby.
Southwind Idex is a little lazy. I might have to go with him. Stolen Dance Baby. Yeah, but he was fine on the track. He just was nasty in the burn. But he's been since gelded. I'm sure he's fine now. How did we miss a baby? I missed something up here. Anyway, I'll likely end up going with a version of those horses. So, now when it comes to the babies, I've been very happy with them. As I said, the open house next week is going to be really exciting for us. Scotty's going to be there. Mark is going to be there. Unfortunately, James can't come. He has a drivers' championship in London to go with. That's James right there. Mm-hmm. He's back with Griffey and Ollie. James took the morning off also and took Oliver over to the baseball camp.
You're making this video way longer than it needs to be.
People like to hear that stuff. Okay. And there's Griffin, James's son. So when it comes to the open house, everything is going well. When it comes to the babies, everything is going well. Really, really happy with the way everything is shaping up. Excited to get a look under the hood of Tex Song Soprano next week. We'll probably race him somewhere close. And for those of you who maybe picked up, I did do a video for our clients at Own Greatest Ending the other day. He trained absolutely phenomenally at Northfield Park. I just thought he was so big, there was just no possible way that we were going to be able to race him at Northfield Park. I just said there's no way. Literally, this is how we hung him up to train him. put his head on, needed a double snap for his head check because he's so big, and his hobbles let them out to the longest hole. That's all he wears. And he's so big, I just didn't think he'd get around Northfield as well as he did, and he was very, very good. So we'll likely race him at Northfield Park next Sunday. And Texsong Soprano, my plan was to send him right to Yonkers, but they're going to shut down for a little bit. So he'll end up coming to, he'll end up racing either at the Meadows or Northfield one start. And what I told Scotty, and Scotty said, if he needs a rest, give him a little rest. And I said, yeah, that's fine. I said, but let's and it was a great conversation because he said, well, what's your plan? I said, with our 3-year-olds turning 4, what I like to do is race them straight through till maybe April or May if they can, and then stop them because I don't want to race them June, July, and August. I'd rather have them back for next fall. And he goes, that's very interesting. He said, why do you do it that way? I said, because the 3 turning 4 transition is very, very difficult, and at some point they're going to hook on to bulldogs that they don't want to be in the race with. It's just inevitable. And that 4-year-old, those true 4-year-old starts where you're mixed in with aged horses, it's a bit of a buzzsaw. So I would rather race them until they're a little bit tired and then say, okay, give them some time off, bring them back, and focus on them in the fall, right? Later in the summer when the speed demons start to slow down and get thinned out a little bit, then we start our horses up, our 4-year-olds up, and have them strong throughout the fall into the winter, and then start assessing them as 5-year-olds. That's how I like to look at the horses. This horse has made almost $400,000 and taken a mark at 51, but make no mistake, he only raced in Indiana. That's not to take anything away from the horse, but he only raced in Indiana. He's never seen Grand Circuit competition except for the ones that slid in there for the Thanksgiving trot and those things like French Wine was there, and the other Indiana bred that raced in the Breeders' Crown, Help something. He raced there, but for the most part, he's never traveled to hook on to any Grand Circuit horses. So, although he's taken a fast mark and made a lot of money, he's still got a lot to prove, and he very likely will for us. Either way, I think the price at $76,200 was more than amenable for what we needed him to be. So, I turned a very short video into 32 minutes. My apologies for any of you that fell asleep. Wake up. The video is almost over. So, touched on the babies, touched on the race horses. Really excited about looking under the hood of the new horses. As I said, Greatest Ending is still, although he's not new to us, he is new to me. We just got him last week at Northfield. He'll race next week. Texsong Soprano, we'll likely be racing him in the next week or so. We either at the Meadows or Northfield Park, one or the other for sure. And we still are on the lookout for other horses. A little slow right now, right? Money's going to get a little tight for us at the stable until we head into the new year, and then there'll be a little lull between January 1st and stake payment season where we'll probably acquire a few more horses. But we are on the lookout, and we will look to replace some of the horses that we've moved over the last few weeks. So with that, I'm going to let you go. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Christmas season, because that's what it is. My birthday's over now. I'm now 47 years old, and day one of my 47th year started yesterday, but is also today, day 2. So I feel great. I hope you guys are having a great time at the stable, and I hope you're having a wonderful Christmas season. I will talk to you all very soon. Take care. See you later.